Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Well, a lot of people are getting ready for our group cruise coming up in a couple of weeks, and then we have that big group cruise again in Alaska in 2020, and a lot of people are asking and sending me messages, asking me questions about myself and wanting to know a little bit more about me. So I thought maybe I would do an interview, but I'm in the middle of nowhere with nobody around me, so I don't really have any, but, well, why don't I ask the questions? Okay, I guess this'll work. Nice suit. Thanks. So, what's your favorite drink? My favorite drink is Diet Dr. Pepper. I started it a long time ago and I've stuck with it a lot, but I'm cruising a lot lately and I've noticed that they don't have Diet Dr. Pepper on the cruise ship, so I've been drinking Diet Colas, and now I'm starting to find Dr. Diet Pepper just a little too sweet, so who knows, I might be switching. Your first name is Donald or Don. Does that have any special meaning that you know of? What does thy name mean? Well, Donald, I had to look it up. It's Gaelic for world wielder. And by the meaning definition of that, they mean somebody who will influence the world. Okay. I don't know how, but okay. I don't know about that one, but okay. Question number 3 is, do you like any sports? I've played all kinds of sports: baseball, hockey, football, volleyball, you name it. If it's a sport, I'll try it. From ping pong to badminton, I just like playing sports. What's your favorite movie or, say, series of movies? Well, my favorite movie or franchise, I have to admit, is still probably Star Wars, the original classic, the original 3. Those were the best movies. It revolutionized the industry and the movies, the way everything was shot. It was a story. It was a trilogy, the first one ever, really. It brought in huge special effects, and we had never seen anything like it when we were kids. However, the newer movies, The Last Jedi just broke my heart. It wasn't good. Yeah. Last Jedi, it really was bad. If you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be and why? This one's actually pretty easy. I'm a movie buff, so if I had to sit down with any person and why, that would definitely be probably Tom Cruise. And I know a lot of people go, yeah, well, Tom's had these rocky relationships and he's been into Scientology and all these rumors. Yeah, but I'm a movie buff. I'm not a person buff. And Tom Cruise has been in some fantastic movies. He's a really good actor. And forget all the personal stuff and his other things. I never look at those things when I judge people. I look at if you're a nice person or not. And every single person who's ever worked with him, met him in person, all say he's a super down-to-earth, really nice person. And so, yeah, the stuff that he does in those Mission Impossible movies, doing all his own stunts, that would be stories I would love to hear. Tell us something on your bucket list. That one's easy. I want to do a 178-day world cruise, or whatever at the time I do it is the longest out there. And I want to do live vlogs from every port of stop, the entire trip. That's on my bucket list. If money was no object, or you won like $100 million, what's the one thing, extravagant thing you would like to own for yourself? Ever since I saw that old movie Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds, I have been in love with the Lamborghini. That's my dream car. Of course, I'd have to win tons and tons and tons of money to be able to afford one, but if I had money was no option, Lamborghini, that's the car for me. Okay, let's get personal a bit here. What's a vice that you have? You all know this one: peanut butter cups or chocolate in general. I'd probably be about 30 pounds lighter if it wasn't for the invention of chocolate. While we're getting personal, how many relationships have you been in? Next question. No, seriously, next question. Okay. Who is your best friend? Best friends is pretty easy. I've had good friends over my lifetime. I've had Albert, who was my best man and my best friend in high school. But as far as lifelong best friends are concerned, I guess I'd have to go with my family. I got my nephews, Mark and Paul, who are my nephews, yet technically we're kind of like brothers. We do everything together and we've been close all our lives. Are you a good cook? I am a fantastic cook. What would be your best dish? Well, if you ask anyone that I've cooked for, right now their favorite dish that I cook is a twice baked potato. And I will admit, it is good. Being someone on YouTube, who is your favorite YouTubers that you like to watch? Favorite YouTubers. Of course, there's the YouTubers in the community that influenced me when I started, like Sherry from Cruise Tips TV. If you never watched her, she's fantastic with Mr. Cruise Tips TV. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out her videos. She's been in the industry a lot longer than I have as far as making videos is concerned, and they do a really good job, especially if you're interested in packing videos. She'll teach you how to pack large bags, small bags, you name it. She's an expert. Then also we have my friends Tony and Jenny, La Lita Loca. We met through the internet and just talking to each other and sending each other emails, and we finally got to meet each other on the MSCC side just a couple months ago. And so yeah, we're pretty good friends. In fact, we're hoping to be able to cruise together again in the near future. Now, as far as other YouTubers are concerned, the one YouTuber that is probably the one who influenced me the most is a guy named Casey Neistat. And if you're not really into vlogging or anything, you might not know him. But the first thing is you see this crazy guy with his hair and these sunglasses that are chipped and the paint's gone off of him, and he has this really big smile, and that smile is just infectious. And so he's kind of revolutionized some of the filming that people do on YouTube as far as when you're covering live events and live stories and how you talk to cameras and stuff like that. But he also came from an area where he had nothing, and I know where he's coming from in that situation, and he's built his whole career up, and he's changed his life, and he's living the life right now, and he's somebody that I truly respect, and I hope one day that I can get out there and meet him in person. I've actually talked to once or twice through emails, but I would love to actually sit down for a half hour and just say hi. When you're walking up and you're first meeting someone for the first time, what's the first thing you notice about them? Okay, well, I'm not one that sizes people up that way. I'm more of about how you behave is kind of how I judge people. Are you a nice person? Are you friendly? Are you smiling? I don't care religion, politics, color, creed, nationality, you name it. I don't care. Are you a nice person? That's all that matters. What's the one word you hope people use to describe you after they meet you? Well, I hope they think the same thing. I hope they just think that I'm a nice guy, because despite the old saying, not all nice guys finish last. Would your parents say that you're a good child? I was a very good child, actually. I had good grades in school, never got in trouble with the teachers or the principal. I was into sports, I had good friends, and I never partook in any of those vices. I never was interested in drinking or dope or anything. I just had fun with my friends and lived in the country, and yeah, I'd have to say my parents thought I was a pretty good child. You can only name one thing, but what are you grateful for? What am I grateful for? Well, I'd have to say, first off, I am extremely grateful for all the doctors and nurses at the Ottawa General Hospital. Going through all the situation that I have over the past 4 or 5 years now, they have been fantastic, and I'm still here, and I'd have to say I'm still here basically because of them. I can see you being grateful for that, but how about what would be your biggest regret in life? This is one of those regrets from hindsight, and you don't think about it until it's too late. But I really wish I spent more time with my parents. with my dad. My dad died when I was very young. Just before I got married, in fact. I think I was just 20 when my dad passed away, and my mom passed away about 4 years ago now, 5 years ago, at the age of 70. Well, let's say 75. It was 2 days to her birthday. So, but she lived in Nova Scotia. I live in Ottawa. Things get busy. You have your own family, and you just don't visit as often as you would like. And you always make excuses, and then at the end you just say, what were you thinking? So if I give anyone advice out there, spend time with your loved ones, because at one point you won't be able to, and you'll regret all the times that you didn't. I think I know the answer to this one, but what's your dream job? Dream job. Dream job would be to travel and be in movies. And I think this is pretty close to the best possible scenario for me. I'm a big movie buff. I would love to have been an actor or a director or a writer. I love traveling all over the world. This is great. I think I'm doing my dream job right now. Did you own any pets as a kid? I've had a lot of pets in my day, but let's talk about the first pet I had when I first got married, because my wife knew I loved dogs. We lived in the country. Big, huge open land. We had an acre of land on our property. The nearest house beside us, they all had an acre as well. On my left was a Doberman Pinscher called Fang. On my right was a Rottweiler called Thor. Huge dogs. And I came home one day and my wife brought me a purebred white Pekingese dog named Fluffy. The dog would get tired walking to the car. But it was the cutest thing. It really was. And I love all animals, but if you'd have asked me what kind of pet I wanted to bring home, it wasn't a purebred white Pekingese. It would have been more like a German Shepherd or a Labrador or something, but I love that dog crazy much. What's something you absolutely hate? What do I hate? I hate rude people, and nothing bugs me more than, little things. It's just little things that you could just be a nice person, a kind person. For instance, if you're getting into an elevator and there's 10 of you waiting to get in an elevator, don't stand at the door of the elevator and when it opens and people are trying to get out, you start going in. That's just being rude. Come on. If there's a lineup of 6 people in the buffet going from right to left, don't come up on the left and just butt in front of somebody, grab something and walk away. It's just being rude. Those things just bug me. People who are inconsiderate of other people and just don't seem to have manners. That is really annoying. Hate that. Everybody has a phobia or a fear of some kind. What's yours? Yeah, I'll have to say flying. Flying is still something I don't like to do. That would probably still be my biggest fear. You said you're a movie buff, so scary movie or happy ending? All right, I'm a sap, I'll admit it. I'd rather have a happy ending at the end of a movie and be in a good mood when I leave the theater. So yeah, happy ending. Maybe hard to admit as a man, but have you cried? Okay, I'll admit it. There are some videos on YouTube that get to me. And first off, let me explain. I have the utmost respect for firemen, police, soldiers, anybody who puts themselves out there, ambulance workers, for our safety. And they can put themselves in harm's way for our protection. Utmost respect. No doubt about it. And as you know, these people have families, especially soldiers, and you're stationed overseas, or you're stationed way away from home. Those videos of their soldiers coming home and surprising their kids, like in school and everything, like it just chokes me up to no end. And I'm a little shy to admit it, but I often break out into tears when I'm seeing those kind of videos. There's just something about the kids I know, just the surprise and the emotion of seeing their parents again. It's heartbreaking and it's happy at the same time. Well, thank you for interviewing me. Good job, by the way. Thank you. I still like the jacket. Well, there you go. There's 25 questions about me. Hope it explains a little bit about my personality and a little bit more that you might not have known about me before. And yeah, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.